The way you frame a question frames the type of answer that you're going to get. So often people will ask their friend, their spouse, hey, do you want to do X or Y? Or hey, can I go do this or that? And what they're doing is they're framing that question to get a yes or a no. But the problem with that is that it gives you a yes or a no, but it may not be a helpful yes or no. If your goal is to actually root out like what someone feels about or what someone thinks about something, one of the questions that I recommend you asking is, what objections do you have if I do this thing? Or do you have any objections if I do this thing? What that will do is will surface what they think or feel about that particular thing, so you can actually get the information you need to understand where they're coming from, their perspective. So if you actually care about empathy and understanding the other person, and you want to root out whatever feelings and thoughts they have about the matter, then asking them about their objections is the great place to start, because you're essentially going straight to whatever it might be that's causing them to be reserved or skeptical or questionable about the thing. So imagine like going to your boss and saying, hey, could I go buy this monitor? Hey, could I work on this project instead of that project? Bring the other question to mind. Hey, do you have any objections if I go buy this monitor? Or hey, do you have any objections if I go hang out with the guys? Or hey, do you have any objections if I go out to the movie with some friends? That essentially surfaces whatever issues there might be more efficiently and effectively than if you simply said, could I go or not go? Now, if you're a kid, you're probably just asking that because you just want the answer, you want to get approval and move on. But if you're dealing with other adults, then asking the question about objections is helpful, because it actually lets you understand where they're coming from and how they feel about that particular thing. And often it'll actually help you get what you want more often than simply answering a yes or no question that may simply lead to a no. Whereas if you had asked what your objections are to that thing, they may have actually thought about it and given you a yes. The other issue with asking, can I do this or can I not do this? Am I allowed to do this or am I not? Is it's just an inefficient question. A lot of times they're going to ask why. You could just skip right to the why by asking, what objections do you have with me doing this thing? So I prefer more efficient and effective communication questions. And so that's why I like the question, what objections do you have to me doing this, as opposed to me asking, can I do this, or is it okay if I do this thing? The other idea behind asking about the objections is you're implying a sense of movement, a sense of action. And if you're a leader or if you're following a leader, that sense of action will get you feedback and a response. And sometimes the other kind of question will be a no, or it'll be something that doesn't really help you. So there's something about the idea of a moving train in terms of eliciting action. And so if you want a response, if you want feedback from someone, asking a question like, what objections do you have? It's not a yes or a no, so they actually have to come up with an answer. And they have to think about from their point of view, well, what objections do I have to them doing this, going down the street to play, or going to this meeting or conference, if it's in the business world, or if it's a client that you're working with and you want to do some kind of a marketing initiative. Asking what objections you have to this implies that you're moving forward with it, and you're simply trying to figure out ways that would essentially stop you from doing that or adjust your plans. That type of question, whether it's that question or something else, you want to think about questions that help you get to the root of what you're looking for and help you move towards what you're wanting to go towards, and to help you get the answer you're actually looking for. So the next time you think about getting permission, instead of getting permission, just ask, what objections do you have to me doing this? I'm Jason Scott Montoya, and I'll see you on the next video.